From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. Hope you had an awesome start to the work week yesterday. We do have some elevated fire concerns for today and for Saturday. No alert days for now. Decent air quality for now. Of course, that could always change if we see additional fires popping up. High temperatures staying normal over these next 7 days. The air quality is spanning from good to, who am I kidding? It's mostly moderate out there. We do have some pockets of green out and about, but at least we're not seeing the oranges or the reds on the map, which is certainly a very good sign, at least with that graphic. Okay, the wind gusts out there, you see already some breezes. This will be a factor for today, especially in the Kittitas Valley and for the Morrow County foothills. That's why we have those elevated fire concerns for today. Temperatures out there 50s, 60s, and 70s for lower elevations, 59 for Pendleton, 72 for the Tri-Cities, 69 degrees for Walla Walla. For the Tri-Cities, we're going to be in the mid-90s for today when it's all said and done. So lower elevations in general are going to have a lot of sunshine, highs in the 80s and 90s, but elevated fire concerns and the active fires burning on the map, which I'll talk to you about coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This morning on Good Morning Northwest, police are asking the community for help after a man allegedly took an open door at a church as an invitation to steal. Plus, we have body cam footage of the arrest of Sunnyside City Council member Karen Vasquez, who is facing charges of assault in the 4th degree with domestic violence. And Washington ecology officials called the Department of Energy plan to replace community members a unilateral decision that disregards over 32 years of collaboration.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Tuesday morning, and thank you for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas, and to get this started off, we're going to check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth now. The latest updates on the fires in our region. Josh?
Yeah, thank you, Zoe. We start off with this Three Queens fire that is burning in Kittitas County in the Cascades. It's 3,700 acres, 2% contained. We didn't really have any big updates to acreage or containment yesterday, but you just see with the active hotspots or lack thereof, that's a very good sign with this fire. But that being said, still the evacuations have not been reduced. They're in place in between Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake. And as always, you can find these precise evacuation boundaries posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Okay, from the Cascades all the way over to the Blues, the Hagen fire, which is burning in Umatilla and Union counties. This one is getting closer to 57,000 acres. Containment went up yesterday. Remember, it was 11% on Friday. It was 14% yesterday. Now it's up to 17%. So this, we love to see that, right? And a few more active hotspots on the map this morning, but still the most problematic area would be to the east of Bingham Springs. Also a few more down here on the southeastern flank, the far southeastern side of the fire. But all that being said, still the evacuations in place from Tollgate down to Bingham Springs to Union County, even pushing to the east of Oregon Highway 204, which is still closed. No updates to that. Milepost 0 to 39 west into Elgin, the whole length of the highway continues to be closed for business. Finally, the Paradise fire, which is burning a little bit to the north of here, also in the Blues. It is now 5,333 acres, no containment, and it's the southwestern side of the fire that continues to be problematic and far northeastern Umatilla County. And still those evacuations in place. Level 2B set for southeastern Walla Walla, northeastern Umatilla, the little level 1B ready slice of Columbia County. As always, you can find much more information about all these fires posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into what's new this morning. Last night, the Kennewick Police Department were dispatched to a collision in the area of Bob Olson Parkway. This is where a car had rolled and was then engulfed in flames. The driver was the only occupant of this vehicle and was out of the vehicle and uninjured. The driver was cited for reckless driving. While no one was injured, the Kennewick Police Department say this is a reminder that driving fast is dangerous. Going into our crime alert this morning, police are asking for the community's help. This is after a man allegedly stole from a church. According to the Moxie Police Department, earlier in August, a man walked into the River Church on East Seattle Avenue and stole an item. Police said church staff caught up to him and asked that he return the item and apologize, and threatened to press charges if he did not. The man did not return the item and allegedly told church staff it was their fault for leaving the door unlocked. Contact the Moxie Police Department if you have any information. Turning over into Grant County, the Sheriff's Office is addressing concerns about an uptick in gang activity. During a recent Grant County Commissioners meeting, the Sheriff's Office gave an update on recent activity deputies have been responding to across the county. Officials reported 7 violent crimes or weapon-related calls, 7 mental health-related incidents, and 6 impairment or substance-related calls, plus 4 domestic violence or disturbance calls. The Sheriff's Office also discussed multiple drive-by shootings across county and city jurisdictions, along with a gathering involving roughly 20 to 30 gang members.
Large gang group that we dealt with, it sounds like the gang activities may be picking up a little bit coming into August. So we'll probably change a little bit of gears with our crime reduction team and have them looking more at the gang side of things as well.
The Sheriff's Office says it will continue tracking recent activity and adjusting resources as needed across Grant County. An update here on the arrest of a Sunnyside City Councilwoman, as we now have police body cam footage. This footage is of her arrest on July 31st, and Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia breaks down some key events that happened during her arrest and where the case stands now.
All right, Karen, I'm going to have you step out of the car. Okay, you are going to be under arrest for assault for domestic violence. Okay?
What for? Like, what do you do?
Because the officer saw you pushing him when he drove past, and he has injuries on his face. So
I didn't do the injuries, though.
So unfortunately, that's the way the state of Washington is. Okay, you're under arrest for assault for domestic violence. Well, you'll get to talk in court. Okay.
Sunnyside City Council member Karen Vasquez is facing charges of assault in the 4th degree with domestic violence. In addition to that, she's been placed on a no-contact order with the alleged victim in this case. At a recent court hearing, Vasquez entered a not guilty plea. Despite pleading not guilty, both parties involved agreed that she had pushed him.
Did you lay hands on him?
No.
Nothing?
Like, I've been just pushing him, like stop, like, get out of my car. Like,
You touched her first?
no, I don't.
Okay, so she touched you first. Like she pushed you first out of the car.
She just
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But she pushed you out of the car?
Yeah.
Okay. And you didn't like hit her or touch her before that?
No.
The alleged victim in this case did say that he didn't think Vasquez was trying to hurt him and denied giving the officers a written statement. During her arrest, Vasquez couldn't find her ID, leading her to reference her political seat to help the officer ID her.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, you can sit in front.
It's in my bag, I think.
Okay. You can hang out in your car and I'll get some information.
My name is Karen Vasquez. I'm actually a city council member in the city of Sunnyside.
Okay. Go ahead and see, please.
Vasquez was taken to the police station where she was booked and released a short time later. Her next court date is set for September 16th. Reporting in Granger, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
For the full body cam footage, you can watch it on our website at applevalleynewsnow.com. Turning now over into Richland, the Hanford Advisory Board will undergo a major overhaul coming up this October. The Department of Energy says it will replace the current board with about 20 local community members while keeping its mission intact. Washington ecology officials call it a unilateral decision that disregards 32 years of collaboration and urges the Department of Energy to reconsider the changes. The board change was announced by the DOE on August 12th, but nothing related to it was on the current advisory board's meeting agenda for that day. The DOE has not defined what it considers a local community member just yet. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, when we return, fans are reacting to actress Hayden Panettiere's ultimately timed death. We'll have that and more in your national headlines coming up. Right now, your time is 5:09, taking a live look out into Richland this morning. Sun rises until 5:59, getting later and later each day. When we come back, we're looking at the highs in your area as we go through your zone-by-zone forecast, so stay with us.
Protect your dreams under our roof.
How about the name Indigo?
I like Sapphire.
Sapphire.
And based on how you drive, you could get a rate as personal
What about Big Blue?
as the car you love. Get a quote at amfam.com.
Now, what are we gonna name the baby?
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when paired with an eligible Daikin ductless system at Bruce Heating and Air.
At Fred's Appliance, we've been locally owned and family operated since 1962. Founded by a veteran and built on service. Swing in today to find all brands and all styles on sale. From the durability of Frigidaire to the innovative technology of GE, find your next refrigerator at Fred's. Shop the largest supply of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region, only at your local Fred's Appliance.
Is my used car cursed?
Why is this load taking 2 hours?
Third rinsing cycle commencing.
How do they know this car seat is safe?
I don't know. They've got people who do that.
But who's they?
You shouldn't have to question everything. For 90 years, Consumer Reports has been testing, reviewing, and advocating for you for answers you don't have to question. Consumer Reports. We never stop questioning.
Blue Compass RV is celebrating America's 250th. During our Red, White, and Blue Compass event, save on premium full-sized RVs from $19,900. Sleep safe, full bathroom, bunks for kids. All this and more. Hurry to Blue Compass RV.
Protect your dreams under our roof.
How about the name Indigo?
I like Sapphire.
Sapphire.
And based on how you drive, you could get a rate as personal
What about Big Blue?
as the car you love. Get a quote at amfam.com.
Now, what are we gonna name the baby?
You know GLP-1s are helping millions lose weight, but could GLP-1s also be the new fountain of youth? An all-new study seems to think so. This week on Good Morning America, what you don't know about GLP-1s and if this is all too good to be true.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. High temperature is going to stay in the 80s and 90s over these next 7 days. So pretty normal stuff for this Tuesday in the Yakima Valley. We're going to be in the mid 80s by lunchtime, mid 90s for the warmest part of the day. So in general for this Tuesday for lower elevations, looking at 80s and 90s. But mostly 90s, 88 degrees for Ellensburg, but a couple 94s for Yakima and Sunnyside, 95 for the Tri-Cities, 92 for Walla Walla, and 70s and 80s up in the mountains. I'd say the overall trend over the next 7 days is going to be subtly cooler, but there's going to be a few ebbs and flows to that. In general, we'll be in the 90s through Friday, down into the 80s for Saturday and Sunday, and then it looks like perhaps we're going to be back up into the 90s as soon as very early next week. The UV index is going to be high for today. Yesterday was a 6. Today it's a 7. So that's on a scale from 1 to 11. Means that your skin could burn within 15 to 25 minutes if it is exposed. Make sure that it's not exposed by putting on SPF 30 or higher, reapplying at least every couple hours, and spending as much time in the shade as humanly possible. We do have elevated fire concerns for today and Saturday. We don't have alert days, but certainly both these days looking pretty suspect. So I'll tell you why that's the case. We'll touch upon wildfire prevention tips. All that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We turn now over to some national news where Hollywood and fans of Hayden Panettiere are reacting to the actress's sudden death over this last weekend. Reed Binion reports.
I knew that she had come up in acting, was a big fan of hers from Nashville, and it was just so sudden.
Fans shocked and saddened by the death of actress Hayden Panettiere over the weekend.
Watching Hayden growing up in all the movies and TV shows, it kind of hit very close to home.
Panettiere, known for her roles in the series Heroes and the show Nashville, was found unresponsive Sunday at a residence in South Carolina where she had been temporarily staying, according to the Greenville County Coroner's Office. Authorities say emergency personnel responded to a 911 call about a reported cardiac arrest.
Just a bunch of commotion in the hallway. I had just heard about someone collapsing.
First responders performed CPR and other measures but were unsuccessful. Panettiere was pronounced dead about a half hour after the emergency call.
My deepest condolences. That is so unfortunate to hear. So young at 36 years old and so accomplished.
Panettiere released a memoir earlier this year. In it, she reflected on growing up as a child star, as well as confronting postpartum depression, addiction, recovery, and domestic abuse. Her candor about those topics was something fans appreciated.
Celebrities they're different, but they also are people just like us, and they have challenges, health challenges, and mental health challenges and issues just like us.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Hayden Panettiere was 36 years old, and the official cause and manner of death are still pending as the results of additional testing are still waiting. Coming up here on Good Morning Northwest for this Tuesday morning, when we return, we have your full weather forecast. We're looking at some elevated fire concerns starting today. How long will that last, and what exactly are we looking at? Stay with us and find out.
At Toyota's national sales event, we've got a long lineup of vehicles for summer fun, like Camry, RAV4, Grand Highlander, BZ, Tundra, Corolla Hybrid, 4Runner, CHR, Corolla Hatchback, BZ, Woodland, Prius, Corolla Cross, Land Cruiser, Tacoma, Toyota Crown, GR Supra.
Right now, during Toyota's national sales event, lease a new 2026 Camry for $339 a month, or lease a new 2026 Corolla for $219 a month.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And right now, keep the phone you love, and we'll pay it off up to $800 when you switch.
Better service, better price, win-win.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. And the offer makes you feel even smaller. Call me, attorney Mariano Morales. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Does that insurance company make you feel small? Tell them you got the heavy hitter and watch how big you feel. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have some elevated fire concerns for this week. We're not going with any alert days, at least for now, but let's step you through why we are concerned, okay? First, for today, the vegetation dryness going to be, for the most part, at a level 3 out of 5, which indicates it's very dry out there. Now, good news, bad news. The good news is that at least we're not critically or extremely dry, but the bad news is that level 3 out of 5 is still very dry, right? Then you factor in some of the wind gusts that we'll have for today. Across the map, gusts anywhere between 10 to 35 miles per hour. Just kind of depends on your microclimate. It looks like the calmest winds are going to be in the lower Yakima Valley, and then the strongest wind gusts probably going to be in the Kittitas Valley. So that's for today. By Saturday, definitely much more concerned about Saturday, as it looks like our vegetation dryness is going to go back up to level 4 out of 5, critically dry for most of the viewing area. And now the wind gusts are starting to come in a little bit stronger, 25 to 35 mile per hour gusts for the basin, peak gusts to 40 miles per hour for the valley. So I think I'm circling this day for perhaps a possible alert day a little bit later in the week. It's too early to say definitively for now, but in the meantime, here's how to prevent wildfires. Don't burn yard waste or toss cigarettes or drag trailer chains or park on dry grass. Definitely do not shoot off fireworks. All right, here's a little bit of good news in the forecast over the next 48 hours. It looks like our air quality is going to be all right. It's not going to be perfect. We're still going to see some moderate reductions in air quality over the next couple of days. It'll be a little bit hazy up in the skies, but you see, in general, the dense smoke is going to stay primarily downwind of all the active fires. So downwind of the Grasshopper fire, downwind of the Hagen fire, downwind of, I believe this would be the Little Giant fire that's burning in Chelan and Douglas counties. So for the bulk of our viewing area, we're not going to see any significant reductions to air quality, which is certainly some very good news. Of course, that could change. If it does, we'll let you know on air and through the weather app, which you can download for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Lots of sunshine with highs in the mid-90s through Thursday. More clouds on Friday. For Yakima, bright and very warm with highs in the 90s through Friday, then down into the 80s for the weekend. In Ellensburg, windy today and Saturday, elevated fire concerns for both days with gusts up around 35 to 40 miles per hour. In Hermiston, low to mid 90s throughout the work week, then highs drop into the mid 80s by Saturday and Sunday. Finally, for Walla Walla, gorgeous summer weather over the next few days with decent air quality, but tracking those fire concerns for today and Saturday.
You know, hearing an improvement on the air quality is some good news, Josh, and I'm glad to hear it finally after the last few weeks that we've had.
I'm so looking forward to that first fall cold front when the skies are completely blue and there's that little chill to the air. I think we got a long way to go to get there, but a boy can dream.
It'll come as faster than we know it.
Yes.
All right, well, coming up when we return, now with its 5th film out, we look at an over 30-year-old franchise. That and more in your entertainment headlines coming up next.
Please welcome the Scott Brothers!
Protect your dreams under our roof.
Guys, that bulb could start a fire. Use a lower wattage. Thanks. Duty calls.
Bundle and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
This summer, turn moments into lifelong memories with Broadmoor RV. Feel the thrill of adventure and the warmth of togetherness. Explore the great outdoors with the comfort of home and let every adventure become a story worth sharing. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Do you own a house you need to get out of? Hi, I'm Garrett with Resolve Home Buyers, and I buy houses for cash. I buy it all, from junk houses to nice homes, multifamily units, small apartment buildings, heck, even mobile homes on acreage. And I make it easy. There's no realtors, no banks, no commissions, no fees. I want to buy your house. Call me. I'll come see it, make you a fair cash offer, and then we'll close when you're ready.
Call 509-599-1022. 509-599-1022.
Ready, set, summer with the Honda Summer Event. With available features like all-terrain tires, off-road tuned suspension, and Trail Watch. Honda has all you need to get summer ready as the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. Right now, you can get a 1.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline.
At Ace, however you grill, we've got the perfect one for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. That sounds pretty perfect.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When Saturday rolls around, I don't want to jump through hoops to watch college football. Good Dane DirecTV makes it easy to keep up with my favorite college teams. No hopping between apps or channels.
Stream college football without the hurdles on DirecTV.
Please welcome the Scott Brothers!
Protect your dreams under our roof.
Guys, that bulb could start a fire. Use a lower wattage. Thanks. Duty calls.
Bundle and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
Welcome back to your entertainment headlines this morning.
Yeah, in case you missed it, in theaters, Toy Story 5 is now available on streaming platforms today.
Yes, and Rick Damigella looks back at the history of the Toy Story film franchise. Check it out.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Hello? November 1995 saw the release of the feature film debut of an animation studio named Pixar. Toy Story would go on to make over $400 million at the global box office, receiving 3 Oscar nominations and a Special Achievement Academy Award.
Woody was kidnapped.
Toy Story 2 followed in November of 1999. The sequel scored more than $497 million worldwide and 1 Oscar nomination.
We all knew this day was coming.
Andy's Toys returned to theaters in June 2010. Toy Story 3 broke the billion-dollar barrier at the worldwide box office and received 5 Oscar nominations, winning for animated feature film and original song for Randy Newman.
What do we do, Buzz? What would Woody do?
Jump out of a moving vehicle?
Toy Story 4 arrived in June of 2019. The movie was the franchise's biggest box office winner, with over $1.07 billion in ticket sales worldwide. Its 2 Oscar nominations included a win for Best Animated Feature.
It's good to be back.
Toy Story 5 opened in June to just under $160 million domestically, a new franchise record. It's now available digitally, but as of this past weekend, it's still on nearly 2,000 movie screens in North America, with a current box office total of $475.5 million domestic and over $1.1 billion with a B worldwide. That makes it the 3rd biggest movie of the year so far, behind The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
I feel like we have to see the movie now, like 5 movies. I don't even remember anything after the 3rd movie. How about you?
I didn't watch the 4th one, haven't watched the 5th one, need to get caught up to speed. What's your favorite of the whole franchise?
I think my favorite one's number 2.
Right answer.
Yes, I'm glad we agree.
You can look it up. It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Does it really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, see, so we're correct.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
All right, well, coming up here when we return, Kennewick begins its plans for a fire station near Southridge. Plus, the Hapo Center in Pasco might be going to a controversial change. But before we can get into those, here's this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Reddit is testing out new video and audio features. The limited rollout lets users listen to select posts or watch them as short narrated videos. It's a format already popular on other platforms where creators read viral Reddit stories aloud. The original text posts aren't going anywhere. TikTok's parent company ByteDance has reached a deal with Hollywood in a showdown over AI. The agreement with the Motion Picture Association is aimed at protecting intellectual property. It's expected to strengthen copyright safeguards on the company's AI videos and image generators. And finally, Uber is teaming up with the drone delivery company Zipline. They're setting their sights on making 1 million Uber Eats drone deliveries a day by the end of 2029. The new Uber Eats drone deliveries will begin in Houston and Dallas later this year, then expand to other cities. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
This is Jordan. She's a new homeowner, and she thought she had a drainage problem.
There's water everywhere. It's right up against the foundation. But actually, my gutters are clogged.
So she called Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. Once the leaves clog this up, the water's got nowhere to go. It pools near your foundation and can even seep into your home. Our surgical-grade stainless steel micro mesh keeps the debris out and water moving.
Now, when it storms, I don't even think about it. And that's everything.
Call 833-350-LEAF or visit getleaffilter.com.
Oh, what is that musty smell?
Oh, damp.
Damp. Oh, damp.
Hey, language.
Damp-Rid traps excess moisture to eliminate musty smells. Get rid of the damp with Damp-Rid.
Our brains are incredible, but memory can get complicated. That's why scientists developed Nariva Memory 3D with clinically tested ingredients to support 3 dimensions of your memory. Take it from me. An elephant never forgets. Remember Nariva.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thank you for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis. To get this started off, we're going to check in with Josh now, as today it looks like we're looking at the start of some concerns. Josh?
Yeah, it's not going to be an alert day, but elevated fire concerns for today and for Saturday. Decent air quality for now. Of course, that could change if we see additional fires popping up across the map. High temperatures staying steady in the 80s and 90s over these next 7 days. Current air quality out there, we're seeing some moderate reductions. The map just updated, but it looks like we're not seeing any air quality that's unhealthy for sensitive groups, so that's a very good sign. See the wind gusts, it's already a little bit breezy this morning in the Kittitas Valley. That's definitely going to pick up as the day progresses. Temperatures out there for lower elevations, a mixed bag. We're seeing 50s, 60s, and 70s. 58 for Sunnyside, 69 for Walla Walla, 72 degrees for the Tri-Cities. Let's take it back to the Yakima Valley, where for today we're going to end up in the mid-90s. So a lot of sunshine for this Tuesday, and we'll see temperatures for lower elevations in general in the 80s and 90s, but mostly in the 90s. Those cooler temperatures are going to be in the Kittitas Valley. Hey, speaking of Kittitas County, let's step you through the fires that are burning across the region, starting in Kittitas County with the Three Queens fire. This one is burning around Lake Cochise. It's 3,700 acres, 2% containment. Didn't see an update to acreage or containment with this one yesterday, but still a very good sign that we're not seeing any large active hotspots via satellite. So that is a very good sign. But this is a bad sign in that the evacuations have not been reduced. They're still holding strong between Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake. You can find those precise evacuation areas posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Okay, let's take you over to the Hagen fire burning in the Blues in Umatilla and Union counties. This one is closing in on 57,000 acres. Containment did jump up by 3 percentage points yesterday. We're now up to 17% contained. Actually, a few more active hotspots on the map this morning, especially to the east of Bingham Springs. There's one popping up on the southeastern side of the fire as well. Just like with the Three Queens fire, we haven't seen any reductions to evacuation. So the level 3 go now evacuation still in place from Tollgate to Bingham Springs to Oregon 204 in Union County, a little bit to the east of there as well. Speaking of Oregon Highway 204, it is still closed for business. The entire length of the highway from Weston to Elgin, that's milepost 0 to 39. Finally, we'll talk about the Paradise Fire, which is also burning in the Blues a little bit further to the north of here at the conjunction of Walla Walla, Umatilla, Columbia, and Wallowa counties. It's the southwestern side of the fire in Umatilla County that continues to be active. This is 5,300 acres, no containment, and the evacuation still in place for southeastern Walla Walla County, northeastern Umatilla County. Those are level 2s. Then that little level 1 slice of Columbia County. And as always, you can find much more information about all these fires posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
All right, thank you, Josh. Talking about fires, now let's get into a fire station because the Kennewick Fire Department is moving forward with plans for its newest fire station. Fire officials say Fire Station 6 is planned for South Colorado Street on property the city purchased in anticipation of future growth in the Southridge area. The department is now preparing to work with an architect on the station's design, with construction expected to take about 2 years. Fire Chief Michael Hefner says the station would help crews reach emergencies faster, while also providing backup coverage when neighboring stations are already responding to calls. Plans also go beyond fire and EMS, with potential space for Kennewick police officers, public works equipment, and city data storage.
We've seen the calls increase steadily in that area. The last time we did an analysis, it showed about 1,000 calls per year are already occurring in that Southridge part of the community without a dedicated fire station.
The department expects Station 6 could be up and running around late 2029 or early 2030, with plans to hire about a dozen additional firefighters to help staff it. Turning over into Yakima now, a new outdoor gym in Yakima is now open. Local vendors, along with gym enthusiasts, were out to mark the occasion. This gym was designed by Kanguru Pro and includes a French triple push-up bar, low parallel bars, and other exercise equipment. People who showed up were doing full body routines, working both their upper and lower bodies. Another challenge offered by this outdoor gym includes one of the longest monkey bars in America, which challenges people to not only climb, but to lunge at even further bars.
So the monkey bar setup is the longest one that Kanguru, the company, has built in the United States. And they wanted to make sure it was something special for this park because we're the first in the Pacific Northwest to have a park of this size. And it's currently the only one in Washington State. So they wanted to go a little above and beyond.
This outdoor gym is at Chesterley Park, just off of Fruitvale Boulevard. Franklin County leaders say they are considering selling the Hapo Center, causing a storm on social media over what this could mean. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us who could buy the property and how Pasco residents are reacting.
The Franklin County-owned Hapo Center is officially on the market, but some residents say that selling the property isn't worth losing an important part of Pasco.
I think community is important for us to gather and to be willing to hear one another and to share our beliefs and to be united, really, because that's what the community is about.
Franklin County leaders say that it's a move that could save taxpayers money, as the convention center hasn't historically been profitable. The county says that it's been talking to potential buyers, but it can't share who is interested, except for one group. Franklin County officials say that one possible buyer for the Hapo Center could be the Yakima Nation, who they say they met with earlier this month. If the Yakima Nation were to buy the property, it's possible that it could be turned into a casino. This has sparked a lot of conversation online, with some residents saying that they'd be excited to have a place to gamble closer to the Tri-Cities, while others worry about how it could change the area.
I would not approve of a casino in anywhere because of what it represents and what it does to people. I wouldn't say it's the most beneficial thing for the community of Pasco and the surrounding areas.
Franklin County's meeting with the Yakima Nation also comes as the city of Pasco has been working with the Confederated Colville tribes to build a casino, which has been years in the making. It is unclear if a new project would deter the Colville tribes' plan. Pasco City Councilman Leo Perales says that the decision is 100% up to the county, but he believes that business at the Hapo Center is trending in the right direction.
I think a lot of people like the way it's being ran right now. They've pulled a lot of events from other venues around here, and they're hosting them there. Why kill something that's working? If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Franklin County says that if it does decide to sell the Hapo Center, it will give community members a chance to voice their opinions. For Franklin County officials, they're saying that the bottom line is that no deal has been made yet. In Pasco, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
The potential sale comes after Franklin County and Pasco's lease agreement expired at the end of just last year. Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest, when we return, golfers from around the world are fighting for their professional cards at the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic. We take a look into that when we return. Right now, your time is 5:37. Taking a live look out into Richland. When we come back, we are looking at the highs in your area for this Tuesday, so stay with us.
Let's find out if our contestants are as smart as I am. Are you overconfident?
No, I'm like sweating.
These stars could win big bucks for a good cause.
We are very excited to let these charities down.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts The Emmy-winning Millionaire, Wednesday on ABC.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. With no payments for 90 days. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
See your community Chevy dealers.
Keep your home's plumbing in top shape with Campbell & Company. For just $69, get a water heater flush plus a whole home plumbing inspection. Regular maintenance helps prevent costly issues and ensures your plumbing runs smoothly year-round. Whether it's extending the life of your water heater or spotting potential problems early, Campbell & Company has you covered. Take advantage of this offer today. Visit trustcampbell.com to schedule your service. Protect your home and your wallet with expert plumbing care.
In Tri-Cities Real Estate, one group stands above the rest. One group consistently ranks in the top 20% of the region's real estate agents. One group puts a full team of professionals backing your every move to get the best deal at every step. And one group with an award-winning team to give you more insights and help you make more educated decisions. So if you're ready to make your next move with certainty, there's really only one group for you.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
Let's find out if our contestants are as smart as I am. Are you overconfident?
No, I'm like sweating.
These stars could win big bucks for a good cause.
We are very excited to let these charities down.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts The Emmy-winning Millionaire, Wednesday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our high temperature is going to stay in the 80s and 90s over these next 7 days, which is pretty normal for this time of the year. So we'll be in the mid 80s by lunchtime in the Tri-Cities, up into the mid 90s for the warmest part of the day with lots of sunshine. I'd say minimal haze and smoke out there unless you're in like the immediate vicinity of any of the active fires burning in the region. Okay, so for today, that zone by zone tour of this Tuesday forecast, we start off up in the Cascades where we'll end up being in the 70s and 80s. Then for the Kittitas Valley, low to upper 80s, so 82 for Cle Elum, but 88 degrees for Ellensburg. Then for the Yakima Valley, looking at a run of 94s up and down the valley. Then for the Lower Columbia Basin, mid-90s as well, 95 for the Tri-Cities, 93 for Mesa, 95 degrees for Prosser. Then for the Blue Foothills, low to mid-90s, 91 for Lexington, 90 for Heppner, 94 degrees for Milton Freewater. And then finally for the Blue Mountains, looking at 70s and 80s. And this is probably where we're going to have the worst air quality, especially downwind of the Hagen fire in Umatilla and Union counties. Okay, high temperatures gonna stay put in the mid-90s in the Tri-Cities through Friday. A little bit cooler for Saturday through Monday as we'll be a bit closer to 90 degrees. But in general, it all comes out in the wash. This is pretty normal stuff for this time of the year. Unfortunately, this is pretty normal as well. Fire concerns going up for today and Saturday. We'll talk about why coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. We turn now over into some golfers from around the world who are fighting for their professional cards at the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic. But for one Tri-Cities golfer, it's happening basically in her own backyard. For Kennewick native Therese Warner, the tournament hits close to home. She grew up playing junior golf here, and Lauren Oliveras arrives with momentum, posting 4 top 10 finishes in her last 5 starts. And Seattle's Lauren Wynn sits 12th in the race for her card. But for Warner, having family and friends nearby makes the pressure of chasing her dream feel a little lighter.
It's cool that I get to come back here every year and play somewhere I grew up playing junior golf at, so it's been a cool experience.
The tournament starts on Friday, August 21st and runs through the 23rd. This 3-day admission is $12, single day tickets are $5, and free entry for kids is for anyone who is paying with an adult. The Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic is bringing more than 140 professional golfers to the Tri-Cities. But before they can tee it up, there's a lot of work happening behind the scenes to make sure that the course is tournament ready. The grounds crew at Wild Horse Resort and Casinos Golf Course is taking course conditions to the next level for this week's tournament. That means mowing and rolling the greens twice a day and cutting them lower than they normally would for everyday play. The crew is also making sure all 18 greens have consistent firmness so a golfer can expect the ball to react the same way from one hole to the next.
We try to dry everything up and get everything just to the extreme of where the grass doesn't die, but it presents the player with a more uniform and condition.
The rough is also longer than usual, following guidance from the LPGA, while LPGA staff selects pin locations and works with the GPS mapping to determine where the holes will go. We're also told that the crew has been able to use less water this year because smoke has reduced the amount of water lost through evaporation and plants. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got everything you need to know before stepping out the door this Tuesday morning in your morning sprint, as well as your full weather forecast. We're looking at some elevated fire concerns starting today, what exactly we're looking out for, and how long they'll be lasting. Stay with us and find out after this.
Off they go, spreading capability across America.
Great deals, great trucks.
Great time to buy. And J.D. Power says Ford is now #1 in new vehicle quality.
But the deals end soon. Better hurry.
We're just getting started. Hold on tight. It's rodeo time at the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days. Experience 3 days of PRCA rodeo action featuring world-class cowboys and cowgirls. Feel the excitement, cheer on your favorites, and make memories with the whole family. The Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days is 160 years strong, and we're just getting started. Get your tickets now at WallaWallaFairgrounds.com.
Don't be worried or overwhelmed with moving into a retirement home. Piper Barton is your turnkey resource for premier 55-plus communities. From repairs and packing to prepping, listing, and selling your current home, all managed with white glove care. Piper Barton delivers quality resources and smooth timelines. You can expect discretion, clarity, and results from start to sold. Sit down and have a simple conversation with Piper Barton about next steps today.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well.
Jardiance. It's the little pill with a big story to tell.
As time went on, it was easy to see.
I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell. The little pill with a big story to tell.
Off they go, spreading capability across America.
Great deals, great trucks.
Great time to buy. And J.D. Power says Ford is now #1 in new vehicle quality.
But the deals end soon. Better hurry.
The stakes do not get any higher.
I pledge allegiance to what I believe in. Live to fight another day of yesterday beat me, cause these are the days. Anything can happen.
The NBA Finals, Game 2 on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will have some elevated fire concerns for today, also for Saturday. No alert days for now. We're keeping a close eye on things. So first, let's talk about today, the vegetation dryness for about, I'd say 90% of our viewing area is going to be level 3 out of 5. So at least we're not seeing the red or the magenta color for the most part, but level 3 out of 5 is still very dry, and that becomes amplified when you factor in some of the wind gusts that we'll have for today. Peak gusts across the map anywhere between 10 to 35 miles per hour, so a very wide array. It looks like the calmest winds are going to be in the lower Yakima Valley, but the fastest wind gusts are going to be in the Morrow County foothills and also in the Kittitas Valley. Now, by Saturday, this day is definitely looking a lot more concerning, as the viewing area mostly going to trend back to that critically dry level, so 4 out of 5 on our vegetation dryness scale. Then you factor in the wind gusts, which are looking a little bit stronger across the map. Peak gusts between, at least for lower elevations, anywhere between 20 to 40 miles per hour. So we're circling Saturday, perhaps for an alert day possible. I think we'll be able to make a better call on that by tomorrow, but in the meantime, it's very important, especially for today and for Saturday, that you know how to sign up for emergency alerts in Oregon, oralert.gov. For Washington, mil.wa.gov/alerts#local. This could quite literally save your life in, a God forbid kind of scenario, right? Hey, here's some very good news. We'll have some decent air quality over the next 48 hours if this map stands. So if we don't see additional fires popping up across the map, yes, it still will be smoky in the immediate downwind areas of the Paradise Fire, of the Hagen Fire, some of these fires that are burning outside of our viewing area. But for the most part, we're not going to be looking at perfect air quality. We're not going to be looking at crystal clear blue skies, but I'm thinking that most of the smoke out there will end up being pretty thin. And as always, you can read up on the latest smoke forecast by going online to AppleValleyNewsNow.com or by downloading our weather app. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Lots of sunshine with highs in the mid-90s through Thursday. More clouds on Friday. For Yakima, bright and very warm with highs in the 90s through Friday, then down into the 80s for the weekend. In Ellensburg, windy today and Saturday. Elevated fire concerns for both days with gusts up around 35 to 40 miles per hour. For Hermiston, low to mid 90s throughout the work week, then highs drop into the mid 80s by Saturday and Sunday. Finally, for Walla Walla, gorgeous summer weather over the next few days with decent air quality, but tracking those fire concerns for today and Saturday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Getting straight into some local news here, body cam footage was released of the arrest of Sunnyside City Council member Karen Vasquez, who is facing charges of assault and the 4th degree with domestic violence. During her arrest, she said she did push her partner to get him out of her car. She also said she only mentioned her position as a council member because she couldn't find her ID. The Kennewick Fire Department is moving forward with plans for its newest fire station. Fire officials say Fire Station 6 is planned for South Colorado Street on property the city purchased in anticipation of future growth in the Southridge area. The department is now preparing to work with an architect on the station's design, with construction expected to take about 2 years. Franklin County officials are considering selling the Hapo Center in a move that they say would save money for taxpayers. The county says it hasn't made a deal yet, but it's met with several possible buyers, including leaders from the Yakima Nation. If the tribe were to buy the property, it's possible that it could be turned into a casino. Some residents worry it would make the area less family-friendly. The Department of Energy says it will replace the current board with about 20 local community members while keeping its mission intact. Washington ecology officials call it a unilateral decision that disregards 32 years of collaboration and urges the Department of Energy to reconsider the board change that was announced by the DOE on August 12th, but nothing related to it was on the current advisory board's meeting agenda for that day. A new outdoor calisthenic gym in Yakima is now open. This gym was designed by Kanguru Pro and includes a French triple push-up bar, low parallel bars, and other exercise equipment. This outdoor gym is at Chesterley Park, right off of Fruitvale Boulevard. Some national headlines this morning. Days after Lala passed through as a hurricane and tropical storm, some residents are still in the dark. Hawaiian Electric crews have been working to restore power of thousands of homes, and officials say reinforcements are on the way to help speed up the process. All state offices, public schools, and court facilities were shut down on Monday. Parks, trails, and state forest reserves will remain closed until further notice. A 19-year-old is recovering from what seems to be an unprovoked stabbing in New York on Monday. Police say the Australian was in Manhattan McDonald's around 2 in the morning, where sources say he spoke with the suspect, who police allege that repeatedly stabbed the victim in the torso. 25-year-old Juan Mercedes is charged with an assault and an unprovoked attack as a result of incident. Officials say the teen was in stable condition as of Monday. A Commerce Department report could impact the cost of strawberries in the U.S. It's based on a case from the Strawberry Growers for Fair Trade. They say Mexican growers unfairly set strawberry prices too low. This week's Commerce report is preliminary, and a final determination could take months. If investigators find that unfair practices, that could lead to tariffs on strawberries and higher prices. In your health headlines this morning, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. visited a YMCA in Newton, Iowa on Monday. Kennedy talked about child health, fitness, and nutrition. He promoted the relaunch of the Presidential Physical Fitness Test, where the test will measure a student's core strength, cardio, and upper body fitness through a number of activities. The Presidential Fitness Test was created in the 1950s, but Kennedy reestablished it earlier this year. According to the CDC, 4.2% of kindergartners had an exemption for at least one required vaccine during this last school year. That amounts to about 157,000 new school children without full coverage for at least one state-mandated vaccine, and that's nearly 20,000 more than the year before. The CDC says exemptions increased in all but 9 states, and nearly half of states report exemptions exceeding 5%. Your sports news this morning, Serena and Venus Williams are ready once again for a doubles reunion. The sisters have a wild card entry for the doubles competition at the Cincinnati Open. They'll take the court Monday night. It'll be their first time playing together since the 2022 U.S. Open. The Williams sisters have 4 Grand Slam doubles titles on their resume, along with 3 Olympic gold medals together. Talk about sister goals there.
Definitely. Well, in your trending story this morning, a woman accidentally flushed an antique wedding band down a toilet on a New Jersey transit train, and nearly a month later, she's been reunited with it.
What are the odds? That's right. The 1905 Reen, bought at an antique show, held a special meaning for Julie Angela Cola and her husband. They removed the tank, sent it to the treatment plant, opened the top, and boom, there it was, the Reen sitting right on top.
Monday, she met with some of the workers involved in the recovery before being reunited with her ring. And when I was reading the first part of that story, New Jersey Transit flushed down the toilet, it's gone.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's no way. So that's really, I'm so happy for them. That gives me hope for any other time that I lose jewelry next.
Yeah, miracles can happen, even in New Jersey.
Even in New Jersey. All right, well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, this morning the police are asking the community for help. This is after a man allegedly took an open door at a church as an invitation to steal. More on that. Plus, Washington ecology officials call the Department of Energy plan to replace community members. We're also taking a look at our Skycam here because starting this Tuesday, we're looking at some concerns. Josh?
Yeah, we have some elevated fire weather concerns for today. I know the air quality looks bad from this vantage point. I think that's a bit of a contrast issue, but some decent air quality over the next couple days, we think. Talk about all that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.